Hey lads, lassies, guys and gals. I'm Mika Brown, and this is Princess Evangile. Sorry, I won't be going into the trailer. Well, is it trailer? I can't remember what it's called. Intro. That's what we'll call it. But anyway, welcome back to Princess Evangile. I'm Mika Brown, as you all probably know. Already getting to a rubbishy start. But he met everyone's big sister in the last video. Can't remember her name. But anyway, let's get back to this. Marika, that's the name. With that, Marika and her entourage departed the classroom. The entire class let out a sigh of relief. Is she famous or something?
トゥトゥスール。生徒会長に任命される前から、グランデフルールとして、ツトに有名だったわ。
Sorry, I had to turn that down a bit. I got deafened there. Great flower, I'm presuming. Yes. Huh?
ちんぷんかんぷんという顔ね。後で説明するわ。
Yeah, French is quite complicated sometimes. Please do. I feel like I'm walking through a minefield here. Why did that girl get so mad at me?
美月さんは、
She's a friend of yours?
バンセンヌの生徒たちは、みんな友達と言えるわ。何しろ、ファミーユですもの。
I see.
美月さんは、マリカ様のシェフドコールとなってから、少し変わってしまった。前はああいう感じではなくて。
Chief of the guard, I'm presuming? Captain of the guard. These bells last for ages, by the way. Do you know what I mean? The bell rang and we took our seats. Everyone at school was like friends and family. I didn't think she was lying, but in a school with several hundred students, some relationships would be stronger than others. It seemed to me that Rise-san's relationship to Mitsuki had been one of the stronger ones. It was our long-awaited lunch break. Rise-san led me to the dining room hall. Wow, I'm hungry.
あなたっていつも腹ペコのようね。
Most guys, presuming he's like, what, late high school-ish, I think. My brother at that age was basically always eating, so. I overslept this morning. I didn't even notice when the staff knocked at my door to wake me up. I can do that.
寮の生活はどうかしら？不便はない？
None at all. It's like a dream.
学校の方はどう？もう慣れた？
Is that like adjusting? Big words. Well, it's only the first day after all.
気持ちはわかるわ。けど、いつまでも肩身が狭く感じたりするのは良くなくってよ。
Right. I felt conspicuous. Conspicuous or conspicuous? Conspicuous, even walking through the halls, but I'd probably be used to that after a few days. It was everything else that would have... It was everything else that would be the change.
これからきっと、この学校とは長い付き合いになるのだから。ね？
Right. This place looks great. I'm not doing that.
ええ、ここはみんなにも人気の場所なのよ。
I bet. Well, let's get lined up.
その前に、チップを取ってこないと。
Chip? There was a basket on a corner table. The students were pulling out token-like discs from it.
あのチップがメニューを示すの。必ず2種類はメインが用意されていて、料理は毎日変わっていくわ。
Where do we pay?
学費に含まれているから、ここでは無料よ。
Did Messiah have, like, a tuition fee? Apparently not. I see. I feel a little guilty. I never paid tuition.
それが当然よ。何しろ特待生なんですから。
So he's basically at an all-girls school for free. I was also getting paid an allowance from the school, but I wasn't spending it on meals. I wasn't sure where I would use it. He's gaining money at being at school. Lucky bastard. The menu was pasted up next to the box. It looked like a Western and Japanese meal option. I guess I'll have lasagna. I had only had it a few times before. Why did I struggle so much on that? What about you, Rise-san?
私はお蕎麦にするわ。
Soba, so noodles, I'm guessing. Yeah, it is. We took our orders from the counter, then quickly took our seats. Let's eat! Rise was making the sign of the cross.
ああ、これ、癖なの。クリスチャンではないのだけど、バンセンヌで昔からしつけられてきたから。
Back in my old primary school, I used to have to pray before getting lunch. And I went to two primaries. And in my first one, I had to pray going into school, leaving, getting lunch, and after lunch. So annoying. Seems like Vincennes has a lot of customs of its own.
ええ、そうそう、それついて教える約束だったわね。じゃあ、食べながら。
That's impolite, but okay. I listened to Rise's explanation while the delicious food danced to my tongue. Messiah, if whatever you want to be when you're older fails, become a poet. You seem to have very poetic lines.
さっきもちらっと話題に出た一名だけど、バンセンヌではお互いに何かと別名をつけたがるの。
Yes, Messiah's gone into deep trouble for messing up that. They're basically like nicknames, right?
ええ。たださっき、美月さんが色をなしたように、ここではあだ名という言葉は使わないわ。なぜと言われても困るのだけど。
So it's like an unwritten rule. I see. It all seemed very complicated, but I promised to pay attention when in Rome, as they say.
それから定冠詞の「ら」をつけられるのは、生徒会長の一名だけ。
The definite article. You mean like the in English, right?
そう。そして、生徒会長の一名は、ラ・トゥトゥスール。これはそうと決まっているの。
What does that mean?
みんなのお姉様。
I see. That's an appropriate title for the student council president.
マリカ様個人の一名は、グランデフルール。意味は、大輪の花。
Grande fleur. She did have a grand sort of air to her, though she wasn't ostentatious about it. I love how I get, like, confused on little sentences. As soon as it throws a word I barely have seen before, I can say it quite easily.
そうね。生徒会長に選出されるくらいだもの。元から人気は抜群だったわ。
Then what was Mitsuki-san's? You said someone like chef something?
シェフドコール。意味は、親衛隊長よ。
Captain of the guard. I just figured she was really good at cooking or something.
ああ、シェフ？辞書にはそっちの意味も載っているわ。綴りが同じなの。
I love the way she says chef.
美月さんは、マリカ様の、なんていうか、取り巻きなのよ。そこから付けられた一名。
I have no idea what that word means. Retinue? Messiah, don't get me to say it. Retinue. I think. Huh? Marika-san, forgot the honorific, had brought a small group with her, which included Mitsuki-san. She had looked a bit like a hospital director surrounded by doctors and nurses. Excuse me. It sounds like you don't like being part of a retinue.
そうね。ちょっと性に合わないわね。誰かの取り巻きになるということは、物の見方、考え方までその人に依拠してしまうということだわ。私はそういうのは好きになれない。
Maybe that way of thinking was why Risi-san had put herself at the vanguard of school reform. Do you have a title, Risi-san?
まあね。私は、ソレイユ・デコール。
Son of the school? Yeah, called it. What is that? What does it mean?
学園の太陽よ。
Just so you know, if I've clicked on these titles before, I can't remember most of them. It's, as I probably said in one of my earlier videos, I have to take French in school. So, some of these things I do understand. Oh, I like that. Sorry, my voice broke a wee bit. High praise, but I could see where it came from, and in Risi-san's case, it wasn't just her beauty. She had even slipped out of school to do her scouting work. That kind of decisiveness had probably earned her notice.
もう、そんなに見つめたりして。
Then why are you blushing? Oh, sorry.
それは悪い気はしなくってよ。でも、生徒同士で序列をつけるようで、こうした風習もどうもね。
That's a very sort of soon line.
でも、その人らしさを表した一面も多くて、そういうのは私も好きだわ。例えば、今朝顔を合わせた律子とか。
Ritsuko, my favorite out of the girls so far. What's her title?
ベルエピーヌ。意味は、麗しき棘。
Yeah, that does seem to suit her.
でしょ？さて、一名についてはそれくらいにして、次に、普通の名前の呼び方を説明しましょうか。
I wonder what Messiah's title will be, if he gets one. There are rules about those too? That's right, Mitsuki had mentioned something about that too. In addition, you don't get to call her Miyogi-san. Address her as Marika-sama. Understood? Honorific system. Duh. The honorific system, if you don't know, is really complicated for someone who doesn't know about it much. You know, like San, Chan, Sama. A few others, I think. At the time, I had no idea what she was talking about.
上級生は、敬愛の気持ちを込めて、様をつける。
See, Sama.
同級生は、親愛の気持ちを込めてさんで。そして下級生に対しては、慈愛の気持ちを込めて呼び捨てで。 これが番宣ヌの決めなのよ。
It's basically saying if they're younger than you, drop the honorific. The same age as you, San, older, Sama. I could see what she meant. Risi-san followed those rules in speaking to everyone around here. I'm going to try as hard as I can to do things the Vincent way. Though saying Sama is going to be hard to get used to.
まあ、いいんじゃないかしら。あなたはそのままで。
Well, he is trying to change his school, so... Really?
男子と女子という違いを抜きにしても、あまり染まってしまっては意味がないわ。だって、そうではなくて
Makes sense.
マサヤさんは、番宣ヌを変えるためにこうしてやってきた。もちろん、あなた一人でどうこうできる話ではないけれど、周囲の意識を変えていくことはきっとできるはず。
I'm not gonna comment on that line. Let's just say my mind was in the gutter. I am? I didn't think I was that influential, but I would have to give it a try. At least, if I wanted to stay here until graduation.
あなたをイエスになぞらえるつもりは、もちろんないけれど。
I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the main character's name is Messiah. I think there's a little, religious pun.
まさに、剣を、戦いをもたらすために来たんだわ。平和ではなく、ね。
Go all Yandere simulator and go around stabbing everyone with katana. As we spoke, someone appeared beside us at the table.
失礼、ちょっといいかしら
Sorry everyone, but this one I'm gonna leave it off. Another cliffhanger for you. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry I had to stretch there. If you might have noticed that the actual Princess Evangile screen should be bigger. That's because I had it not on windowed. So the recording software I got can only record part of my screen. If it's full screen, it gets shrunk down massively. So I hope you like that now that it's slightly bigger. I'm sorry about the audio changing slightly every now and then of the game. I got deafened, so I kinda had to turn down. And again, thank you so much for watching, and sayonara, mina.